did another thing where I was talking with the mute button on. So hey, everyone, will give folks a minute or two to file in, but before we jump on this, or maybe just a minute, you know. All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the Bat Community Call for Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. It's a rough one out there. Hope you all are doing well. Excited to see you here. And without further ado, we will jump right in to Jenny and the deck for the updates from the team.
I just need like 30 seconds and then
we're actually going to wait about 30 seconds before we jump right into that there. Yeah, hope you all are doing well. I can just share a little bit. We got back from Denver. Carlos Acevedo from the team and I were in at East Denver last week. It was pretty cool. Battern showed up too. We can chime in on that one later. He's on, but yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, and I'll provide a little bit of an update once we get through the team stuff. But hope you're all doing well.
Okay, thanks for that. I'm
Yeah.
listening now.
Let it
Okay,
rip.
from my team here.
Ah,
I see Pattern with the cat. I see Guillermo. I see Godson. Drew said he wouldn't be able to make it today, and Paula is on vacation, so we're good to go. Okay, let's dive in. So this week on Spaces, this coming Friday, our discussion topic will be chase the meta or establish a brand. I think you can do both, but yes, that will be with Mingles NFT, Freename.io, Loafcat HQ, and Flow Blockchain. They will be joining us on that Spaces on the Attention Token account on X. Additionally, we had some recent events. Battern partook in a space today by Moody Madness, and the space was called The Fun Side of Memes and More. I don't think I've retweeted that one yet from the Bat channel, but I will in case anybody wants to listen to that recording. Thanks for repping us over there, Battern. And then last week, we had understanding the learning curve of Web3 with Legacy Network, Flagship, and Robin. So you can go check that out if you missed it. Okay, an exciting update today. We have a new ambassador of the month for the month of February. And our ambassador of the month is named Pulkit Lather on X. Pulkit is a newer ambassador to the program, actually referred by an existing ambassador who goes by Cradian, but he's already making a big impact. He actually helped lead the charge on our core sponsorship at Hack CBS, which, if you recall, is India's largest student hackathon. We sponsored that event back in November. Cradian brought us the proposal, but Pulkit was working for the event and sort of was our running point between ambassadors program and Hack CBS. So he actually really helped us coordination for this sponsorship, which was awesome. Then he joined the program, and since then he's been creating informative threads on X about Bat and Brave. Really cool. We've been retweeting a bunch of them. I know I've seen ambassadors commenting on them too, which is really great. If you want to follow Pulkit Lather on X, you can get his insights and check out his threads as he continues to publish them. They're really good. Really good intro stuff for newcomers. Also, he's been very publicly supporting Guano on X, which is great too, because we love Guano, community-made project, benefits Bat and Bat holders, so we're big fans. Additionally, Pulkit stepped up to join the new Reddit Mod Squad initiative that we kicked off a couple of weeks ago and that I told y'all about last week. So excited about that. And also, he's just been generally engaged in Discord and on our weekly Bat Ambassador program calls. So he's been a joy to have in the program so far. He's been putting in loads of effort, and we super appreciate him. So I wanted to give him a shout out today and let him know that he's Bat Ambassador of the Month. Yay! So Pulkit, if you're listening, we will be reaching out and do a little merch care package as a thank you for all you do. Please keep up the great work. And to all of our other ambassadors, we always have trouble picking an ambassador of the month because so many of you do great stuff. day in and day out. So never an easy decision. And when the conversation happens at the start of each month, names come up that have already sort of like won the honor. So we're trying not to do duplicate Ambassador of the Month awards here, but it's hard because y'all are all so good. So yeah, once again, thanks Pulkit, and thanks to everybody else for your great work in the program. Oop, hang on. Actually, this is a slide from Paula. This is, one of she does the X, she covers some X highlights. And this week she actually shared a bunch of screenshots of a thread that Pulkit did about Brave. So yeah, more Pulkit. Again, you can follow him on X, Pulkit Lather. I think it's up here. If you want to see how it's spelled, PULKIT LATHER on X. Thanks to him. Okay, and then some other work in progress. I didn't want to make slides on all of this stuff, but I just wanted to give you all an update. So I won't go into all the details, but we have this new Reddit Mod Squad initiative. So we did our first training session. Our new mini mods in training are chipping away, but we're going to be sharing our first stats update on that initiative next week on the community call, so stay tuned, but we don't have enough data yet to share. Next, Lukasz from the Bad Ambassadors program recommended several weeks ago that we create and verify a basic attention token account on DBank. So we submitted all of our information for verification, and there's a 7-day wait period that actually ends tomorrow. So after tomorrow, we should be fully verified, and we'll share the link to that social platform with y'all once it's ready, and we'll be posting all of our social comms and community updates from there as well. Also, I mentioned last week that our team is going to be assisting with the bat.org copy refresh. If y'all have visited basicattention.org anytime the last little bit, you probably know that the copy there is a little bit out of date. It needs a bit of a facelift. So we already are working on copy updates for that, starting with the homepage. Current updates are already in revision, so there should be an update pushed to the site soon, and we'll share when that occurs. Also, Rewards 3.0 partner program that Luke presented about a couple of weeks ago. Our team has been assisting with outreach and pitch meetings, but we're also putting together a program announcement blog, which we plan to release mid-March to announce the program, as well as our first batch of partners. So that's in progress, very exciting. I think you all will be pumped to see that when it comes out. And in addition, we also have 2 community collabs that are in progress right now. We have Pudgy Pop, who featured in Brave's new tab, I think last week, and they have a fun community campaign modeled after Squid Games going on, and we've been participating on X. Lots of community members have been participating on X, and if you sign up for the challenge using our referral link, which is pinned somewhere on our X profile, then you may be eligible for an additional reward or something special later on once the campaign ends. And then we also have a collab with Chomp that kicked off today, and Guillermo's going to tell you more about that. We talked about Chomp last week. We had a rep from Chomp come on and tell us all about how that platform works, but we kicked off our collab campaign with them today, and Guillermo's going to tell you more right now, I think. Over to you, Guillermo.
Right, so this is the meme of the week. And next slide, please.
Well, hang on. We need some context. I've seen this, but I actually am a little behind on memes this week. I've seen this man's face, but I don't know what this is from. I don't have the context.
It's from a band called Pentagram, and I don't know why he has that face. I don't know what happened to his there, but I thought it was hilarious. So here you go, meme of the week.
Okay.
Next slide.
Thanks.
This doesn't need much information, it's just silly face.
Thanks for that color. Okay.
So, like Jenny said, last week we talked about Chomp, which we're partnering with, and you might have seen on the new tab takeover. Basically, they do reward users for their opinions. They allow you to go on their platform and vote on different decks, and they're having for the next couple of days decks about Bat and Brave. And for an exclusive time, they will be rewarding users with BAT. They have bought 5,000 BAT to distribute on the platform, and it will be distributed on the couple of days by following the BAT DAX. Honestly, that's simple. You can find the tweets. I'll try now. I'll do it right away. I'll add the link to their platform and to the DAX here in the chat. But you can earn extra BAT with it. So I thought it was pretty cool. There's also future plans on their end to adopt other tokens, and one of them will be BAT. So that will be a more permanent thing in near future. Something to keep ahead for. And Dragon Dave just posted it on the chat, so that's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, I just wanted to add for anyone who missed the context on this, it was KZ. Sorry, I was searching my brain for her name. KZ from Chomp joined us on the community call last week and walked us through basically what Chomp is, what they do, how you can, share your opinions and also make predictions about the opinions of others, and win bonk and now BAT. For doing so. So if you missed that, you can go find the community call recording from last week. That's on X and on our YouTube channel. Just skip to like the halfway point, and then that's when KZ presents.
Or just wait for the recap. That's probably dropping sometime soon. Done by lovely Paula and Battern. And to celebrate these little collab that we're doing a little drop on Echo. This is something that you can claim right away. And I will post it on chat. I actually have that tab open, so it's much easier for me. Here you go. And that's it from my end, folks. I'll pass it on to the next person. Thank you.
Guillermo, I feel like you need to be more enthusiastic about this amazing collectible that is available on Drip, on our Drip channel. Anyone can get it. You just have to go follow us there. Look at how cool this is. It literally looks like a picture of like a physical thing, but this is just all digital.
I bought so many assets. Like the next drops on Echo are going to look a lot more like this, like items floating in space, and it's just an aesthetic that I really much enjoy, and I think it's working much better than just having the full artwork. So you'll be seeing a lot more of this and of specific items because I just bought so many assets. It's crazy. Anyway, go visit, collect it. It costs like a fraction of a cent, so do it.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I attended F Denver this week. Made a lot of good connections, but now, now I've got F Bowler and feel absolutely terrible. It's good to meet a lot of people in the industry face to face. I was mostly targeting people who needed more users for their product. For example, multiple gaming companies who would want players for their game. If we can advertise it to like 80 million people per month, they'd kill for that many players. Everyone I explained the offer wall to was excited. It was good to go over Luke and that Fred at the weekend to make sure it was what I thought. I went to the Karate Combat fight. You can see I didn't take the best picture, but there was all getting battered against the BAT logo. Not everyone had heard of a basic attention token, but everyone knows Brave. Yep, that was me passing along.
Justin, do you read?
Yeah. I thought I was going last. So yeah, hello everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you go. So a couple updates for the week. Last week we were represented by Alfred at the Lisk meetup in Abuja. This was a smaller event. 20 to 50 people were there. He had the opportunity to network and talk about Brave and the BAT community and what we do and stuff. So it was very nice just because he'd been a little bit inactive for a while. So seeing him come back was nice. Stan will be going to the Catholic University of East Africa in Nairobi sometime in the coming week. The date has not been announced just yet, just because it was he was planning to go last week, but then due to the issue with the family, the death in the family, he decided to skip, and then he's gonna get on it sometime this week. For the proposal updates, so over the last like 2 weeks, I promised this billboard that was gonna pop up for us, but unfortunately we lost the space. So we in the time we just we didn't get it on time. So now we have to get another space, but the new one is going to be even better. It's just going to take a little bit longer to close on the location and stuff. So that's nice. And then finally, I am proud to announce that we have onboarded our third notification campaign, and that would be for SuperDAP. We started a month-long campaign on their behalf about 5 days ago. So, it's very nice. Very excited for that. Next page, please. Next slide, please. Right. So we also have Patrick, who is on the SuperDAP team here today. I invited him over to just kind of talk about SuperDAP and what it is, and the partnership and the integration and stuff. We had a bunch of people last week asking what SuperDAP was and such and such. So I figured I would ask Patrick to show up himself. So hey.
Hey,
So
what's
Patrick.
going on, everyone? Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Right. So Patrick, if you could just give us like a quick little what is SuperDAP and what's up?
I guess a TLDR, if everyone here is familiar with FriendTech, Telegram, and WhatsApp, and a DeFi wallet, we've basically mashed all those things together into one super app. And the app also allows AI agents and soon we'll have bots similar to Telegram. It's basically a super app, and it's all Web3 focused. It's a mixture of Web2 and Web3. Our core takeaway for this is a thing that we call supergroups. Basically, supergroups allows you to create any sort of community that you want, be it Web2, Web3. It can be personal business, it could be special interest, it could be hobbyist, it could be sports betting. It's kind of whatever you want to make out of it. And then users can invest super into those groups. And it's kind of like an investment platform. Everyone who invests gets a piece of it. The creators get a piece of it. And kind of like the return value on it, for instance, is we have some groups that are doing token airdrops. For instance, we have 2 dexes that will be doing token airdrops to members in the groups. We have a game project that's basically giving NFTs away for the games in these groups. And then our overall platform itself is also doing its own leaderboard campaign, to where if you're just participating in any of these groups, or you're just chatting or using the app in general, you'll be accumulating points and it'll qualify you for super token airdrops. So that's kind of like the TLDR of everything.
Nice.
Yeah. I also I didn't know this, but I went up to the website and I had seen a bunch of Brave integrations into the website, and I was just going to say, if you have a couple of things to say about those, go ahead.
Oh, absolutely. So for us, one of our things was accessibility and kind of making the DApp available. It is a web app, so we wanted to make it kind of available, to everywhere or wherever you were at. So one of the things that was kind of my focus was, okay, what's the best way to do that? And for me, it was basically, having a kind of like officially recommended VPN service. And you guys, Brave happens to have everything that we kind of need as far as where do we direct people to when they want to use our app. And we say, well, if you want to use this, then you use Brave. It has the VPN services and it has a browser that's faster than pretty much all the other browsers. I think it benchmarks it's as vast as the other ones right now. So it was kind of like a no-brainer to merge those things together. And then we have it also inside the DApp as well, right above, well, on the left-hand side, right above our logo. We have an icon right there for BAT. That way people know they can just click on it and just, use BAT, use that over anything else that you have. And then we're also we have it partially integrated on the website itself for the wallet part, but we will have full integration there as well, as far as like airdrops and stuff like that goes, so you can connect your Brave stuff to that.
Nice. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if anybody has any questions. Last week, a bunch of people had.
Yeah, I mean, like first up, like thanks for joining today, and super excited that we were able to partner on this, and that Godsend is able to get everything going on it. The launch was pretty cool. How did the launch go for you guys?
The launch was great until like 4 hours after we started. Like the whole market kind of just died. So it was like, oh, that was nice. But that's kind of like, that's like standard, right? Anyone who's actually like building stuff in this space, like it's always something. It's never it's never a sunny day.
No. Well, and I mean, the thing that was it was really the amount of coordination, like on the social side was awesome. Like, I think it was really cool. We kind of took note of a lot of that strategy. You guys, it seemed like you had like, how many partners did you guys launch with on launch day? It seemed like a lot.
We had around 5 or 6 on launch day, and then we did some throughout the week. We actually still have a few that we need to announce, but we kind of took it in best interest of like both parties. Like, let's wait until the market's a little bit better, because there's really no point in kind of trying to hype things up. And like, we want you guys to have the maximum amount of exposure. We want the kind of market to be in a better position when kind of announcing important partnerships and stuff like that. So we still have more stuff on the way, but yeah.
That's great, man. No, that's super cool. And yeah, we're excited. Like, SuperDApp's also going to be participating in the rewards partner program that we went over a couple calls ago on this call. And so we're super excited. I think they're one of 2 of the first partners that have on board are going to be part of this, and so we're super excited to have them as part of that. And I think what you guys are doing is really cool, and it's a good addition, like for the rewards ecosystem and for people to try out. Because, like I've said before, what we're looking to do with this program is kind of showcase like real things people are building that you can enjoy, spend time in, good products and things like that. So welcome aboard, and super appreciative that you came on today to kind of share this with everybody. And we'll leave it with a couple questions if people have any questions for the SuperDApp team. Or we can always do them later too. Cool.
Yeah, I guess everyone's shy now. That's my presentation. Thank you very much, everybody.
Awesome. No, great updates from everybody this week. Like I said in the beginning of the call, we just got back from ETH Denver, and I mentioned, I think in the Brigade chat or somewhere, that I would give some updates on that. One, it was great to see Pattern in person, clean shaven and all. I was impressed. It was very, very fun time together. Carlos and I met with a bunch of teams. I got to meet with the Pudgy Pop team, and with the Wormhole folks, and we met with Zcash, and with some folks at Miston Labs, and some other projects too. It was really, really great. A lot of nice side event activity, and we ran the partner program through a bunch of different partners while we were there, or prospective partners, and things are going really well. Like, I think, Jenny mentioned the teams out prospecting. We've done, I don't even know how many, probably like 10 or 12 meetings in the past week where we were shopping the program to prospective partners. And we've got about 4 now that are verbally confirmed, and another 2 that will be probably by the end of the day. But the the stack of partners for this launch is looking really good so far. Like the reception's been really great. I think people like that this is something a bit different, and that they have some room to experiment and try things out. And so we're really excited about the potential here with what we're doing with the program, and also with how things are shipping up on rewards. I think Christopher shared internally that I think they're at 100% rollout on the first iteration. So we're going to do like a larger announcement with it when we have the partners lined up, but there's already some feedback and changes going into the setup to make it a one-page thing and all that for the offer wall. So good progress going on there. Yeah, I think the conference was good. It was a lot of activity around the conference, exciting projects happening in the space, but also a lot of just noise too. So we were meeting there nonstop from when we got there to when we left. So it was just kind of like really hectic, but we got to go see Karate Combat. The Brave and Bat logo looked pretty good there. Yeah, it was a good time. So I'll open it up for questions. I mean, I think, one other big thing that's been happening is the stuff with Firefox has been really interesting to watch. And Brendan obviously commented on X, and I think that got picked up by TechCrunch and a couple other places, but pretty wild thing. I think if you see folks talking about Firefox, like, it doesn't hurt to mention that they should try Brave out. We've certainly been doing that. But there's a certain, amount of things that are lining up pretty awesome right now, for growth and, for Brave, and just reminding people that we're out there. It's cool. And also, like, when people kind of challenge us on like the Chromium stuff, I think, Keith does a great job of this too, but hey, like, Chromium's open source, building with the secure best stuff, and giving people a better variant of that's awesome. And it's we just got to keep pushing forward. But I'll pause there and open up for questions if folks have questions that they want to talk about. Anything you guys want to cover, or anything I might have missed, probably. Oh, come on. I know C-Ray or Bows or somebody will have something. Yep.
All right, got a tough question and an update, because Dragon Dave the past week asked me if the rewards wall would have customization settings, or would help. Let me just actually find the thread real quick. Or would help curate the offer walls. So sorry, the offers on the wall based on your preferences. And I got a reply that just read it real quick. Actually, if you want to chime in, if you already know the answer, look, will in a privately respecting manner, the Brave wall have some customization and some preferences towards your likings?
Yeah. No, it's a great question. Great question on that. So we'll start with that one. So we're going to be rolling this out in two phases. The first phase is like where we're at now, where we're just kind of incorporating the feature of the offer wall, and we're basically like running the program where we're going to load it up with offers, right? So that initial phase is like won't be customized yet. But the second phase of the offer wall rollout is going to be where we connect it basically behind the scenes. We're going to connect the whole offer wall and the APIs to the ad catalog on the local browser. So this will give us a chance to like do a couple things. Like all these offers will be configurable from the ad server, so we can have this as like a self-serve feature that customers can come in and buy. But also like we can have options where they're kind of like sponsored modules that are always there. And then we can have the ability to have the offers display below that based on what you're browsing, similar to how the notifications are targeted based on or matched to you based on what you've been browsing. So we can have that same kind of like local agent matching happening with the offer wall that we have there. But then we also have the option to kind of have sponsored modules at the top that our partners or if there's activities with the community or things like that we want to highlight, we can also surface those there. And then on the customization part, yeah, I think the first phase is not going to be terribly customizable just because we're getting it out there and we're getting feedback on what people like and don't like. But eventually, yeah, like part of that second rollout in some iteration would likely be some ability to customize, to remove modules, to really kind of like take control and do more on the curation side. But, first push is going to be getting it out there and then loading it up and then getting feedback, because there's other things we want to do, right? Like this could easily evolve into something where it's much more interactive in the space, and you could do things like launch games or stake automatically or do whatever directly from the offers in the wall. But what we want to do first is see what is most interesting for people, like see what utility cases are really sticking with and getting good take rate from the user base, and stuff that we can kind of better enshrine into the ecosystem that we learn from the market data, basically. Yeah, Aranyaka, you got a hand up.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, I'm doing good. Sorry, I don't think my first question went through.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Doing good. I'm just wondering, do you think Brave would like to become a sponsor for a stake operator node? I'm planning to open up a Cardano node, and it's almost in operation. It'll probably be up before March 20th, and just giving this opportunity for Brave to be a sponsor. I think it's a very low barrier to entry, and I don't think in the current state it would be operating at a gain of any sort of meaningful money. So already got all the hardware. I'm already running an Algorand node under my own volition, and just thought I would open up this opportunity for Brave to become a sponsor for it.
Yeah, that's rad. Let's connect offline, like and get more detail. Love to see what we can do.
Sure.
Yeah.
How would you want to do that?
You hit me up on X, like on DM, and we can take it from there.
Okay, sure.
Cool, man. Thank you. Love the updates too, by the way. They're killer. Bowles, I think you had a hand up.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I had a two-parter. Who was the most interesting person or group you talked to at ETH Denver? And then for my second question, while there, did you go out drinking with Bad Earn? And if so, did you experience any medical issues or any other problems, or get any tattoos?
I think Bad Earn is experiencing some medical issues now, but the funny thing, it wasn't like trains passing in the night, but like we met up at different stages of drinking. I think the first night we went out to dinner, and I had started a little bit earlier, but it was great to see him, man. We got to get together. Carlos was there too, and we all caught up on what we're all doing. And Bad Earn gave us some feedback on what he was seeing there too. And I think it's really good. Like if you don't, there's a lot of like noise and crap about events. Like people like to crap on them a lot, but like sometimes if you haven't been to one, it's good to go and connect with people in real life, especially like in opportunities like this where we actually, like, folks from our community were able to get together. It was really, really nice. No tattoos, luckily, for myself. Yeah, it was we met up for dinner, and then the next day we caught each other at the fight too, which was cool. But yeah, it was great, man. Like I love meeting up with the team and with the community too with these things. It's really a good experience. And then second, the most interesting. So that's a tough one. We had some really good conversations with people, but I personally had a lot of fun. I met up with I think Angel from Pudgy Pop, and we went over how the campaign was going that we've been running. But then I found out too, like she gave me some of her background on like what she did in the gamification, and we started to just kind of jam on like what we could test out with the offer wall, with rewards, with the Pudgy stuff. And then we have an upcoming kind of a rich media new tab takeover, and she had some really good ideas that I think we can test out and feature with that too. But a lot of stuff I actually learned a bunch from her on some of the game theory stuff. So lots of things to work on there. That was really cool. We met. There was just also kind of like some rewarding meetings too. Like we hooked up with Josh Willer from Zcash and ECC, and it was nice because Carlos and I had met up with him a year prior. In the year that's passed, we just started shipping shielded transactions for Zcash on Nightly and had the transparent Zcash integration in the wallet. So it was really cool to check in with him and kind of game plan around what they're up to and learn more and figure out what we're going to do with the folks from Zcash for the next couple months. Some of the meetings too, I'm going to keep a lid on just because they're moving parts and stuff, but really awesome. From everybody, that has been really cool to see, like the offer wall. Some folks just are less tuned into what we're doing than others, but once we start telling it to them, I think the thing that really jumped out that was excellent is just that there's like a change in the meta happening right now where like the Libra stuff really was leaving a bad taste in everyone's mouth, mixed with kind of what the administration's doing on some of these crypto moves, like this whole strategic reserve and summit, initiatives that are happening where they're working as kind of forcing functions for what I'm seeing is like a utility meta that's creeping up, which for us, it's fantastic, right? So the timing of this is all pretty good because not only do we just have utility, but like a big part of the partner program and the rewards 3.0 launch is like adding additional utility for BAT. So like the stuff we've been trying to feature are real dApps, like real products that people really want to use and incorporating BAT and kind of showing the versatility with how those work. And so the responses on this have been great. Like, I think that there's kind of a renewed appetite for working, like building products in the space. We'll see how long it sticks around, but we're going to keep pushing it. So that was a really good part of it. All right, C-Ray, what's happening?
Hey, not much. Actually, talking from my phone, and so I'm not used to having to do it on the iPhone. I prefer the desktop where I can see everything. But
I see.
How's everything going with you guys?
Good.
So I actually was going to bounce around. Let me first try to ask Jenny. Are you with us still?
Jenny, you're still right. I see her here.
Right, but I'm guessing she might be away or have the mic. So I guess one of the things I was going to ask is she had replied to me on a Reddit thing, but where I had tagged her and Chris in is a person that said that they had signed up for on-chain payouts and they still hadn't got the invite. And, they were saying they had gone through everything. So I was trying to get in touch to have them follow up with that person to see if there's anything more that can be done or, what we want to tell people. But let me ask if you know that answer. For people that saying that they've signed up long ago, they still haven't heard anything, and they really want to get on, what do we tell them to do?
Yeah, Jenny, you want to take a stab at that one?
Yeah. Hey, C-Ray. Sorry, I was here. I just couldn't find my tab. So embarrassing. So actually where you tagged me, for some reason it says it's a single comment thread. So I couldn't see the other comment that you were referring to. But do you have the user's username?
Yeah, they're on Reddit. It's BBMacO or whatever here. I can try to.
Okay, if you could PM it to me, you can just do like a private message in the Brave Talk.
All right. Yeah, I'm actually trying to. I'm going to open it up on my desktop here as I'm bouncing around. But yeah, so that's where they had that. Oops.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, because I turned on.
Yeah.
I think this might do it. Let's see. Does that show the whole thing for you, or do I need to? But yeah, so they had been. Wait, no. Sorry.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why I was not seeing that earlier. Okay, I'll follow up with this person specifically. It's possible that they filled out the form wrong. And so like, you know, when you go to copy paste your payment ID, like sometimes people miss a character. So it could just be a case of that. So I will check on that for them, and I'll make sure that they get an invite ASAP. And usually when this happens, you know, people who say that they signed up via the form but haven't received their invite yet. It's just been a small number of people through the community who've reached out. So I've just like forwarded their information individually to the team, and we've been able to get them connected. Oh, did we lose you?
Well, no, I'm here. It was my desktop that you told me leave, because I'm walking around having to do stuff. So I've just got my headset on for my phone and whatever. But so appreciate that. And yeah, as far as where you said the journalist updated that article, it's not showing any updates, but that's something separate. But appreciate you getting me on that.
All right. Yeah. And if you see any more people in the either on community or on Reddit, you know, who say they signed up but haven't heard back yet, just tag me in there, and I can go in and I can verify if they were in the latest wave that I submitted to the team, if they're like still waiting, or if, you know, maybe there was an error with their payment ID or whatever, and I can troubleshoot and work through it with them.
All right, awesome. Sounds good.
Cool. And I see you had a question about the search team too. And yeah, that one's my bad. I've been traveling and stuff, so I haven't. A lot of them are based in Europe, so the time zones are kind of wonk. But let me try and make another stab at getting some search folks on.
All right, appreciate that. And then, yeah, if you don't mind, the offer wall I was going to ask. I know we keep talking about it. I know you keep hearing me ask about it every once in a while. So since you were on the topic earlier, are we going to get any more information here soon on what that's looking like, or, you know, the types of offers and how much BAT it pays or anything else?
Yeah. So part of this is like we're gonna have that with the announcement of the launch of the program. So so you're seeing pieces in there like kind of showing up in the reward settings. Like I think Christopher confirmed that they're at like 100% rollout now, and there's another change he's working on to kind of make it a single page view that I've asked him to do, and which will make it clearer too. But when we do the announcement for the program, like that's when we're gonna like roll in all of the partners offers that we have for the first set of partners, and like every time we announce those, we're gonna kind of feature the partner in the post and share like what they're doing, what the utility play is, like information about the DApp, and then have that info in there so that people can kind of see, because it's going to be a little different for each app. So we're going to hold on like those specifics until we like have the announcement, and then every month we're going to around the same time, you know, so let's say that we hit the mid-month goal of like getting the announcement made, then the same time the following month, every month we're going to announce a new tranche of partners that we're adding, and what the utility is, and what the app's doing, et cetera, and like have BATs incorporated. So like that way every month we've got like, you know, rolling thunder kind of with like announcements. And then also like when existing partners want to change something up or have something new that they are like trying to promote, we can also like include those mentions in the posts as well. And then the offers will populate and be pretty clear, like in the offer wall too. So we're gonna roll that out with the announcement, and then we'll have that going ongoing. And then, you know, regular post, like part of that rollout is going to be like, you know, posting to socials and having the dApps involved, or the partners also like quote post and share about it. And the way we'll post that will include like kind of a general overview, and then individual replies on a thread about each partner, kind of what we're doing, recapping what's in the post. So that stuff will be coming like and we're targeting mid-March for that. And yeah, like so that's pretty soon. And then as the program's rolling out too, we're going to kind of keep track of like, okay, this is how much BAT, you know, for each month that we're you know is added through the program, which is then coming back to users, et cetera, and all that detail too, so the community can kind of track that. And then as we're moving along too, I think like one part we really want to gamify are like, because we want to know like this whole thing is like a big exercise in like trying things out in the market and then getting feedback. And then like another part of it too is like, I want us to leverage the community. Like if there are things that dApps, you know, certain projects, et cetera, that you want to get involved, like we want to involve the community with getting us those types of like recommendations and intros even, or whatever. And then kind of keeping like a community leaderboard too of folks that have helped to bring in new partners for the program, because we started to do that like just kind of organically. Like if you think like Karate Combat and a bunch of the Pudgy stuff and all the other partnerships that we brought in, and the stuff that like Godson and others have been bringing in, like it, for me, like those wins are like awesome, because, you know, it shows like the community is like super involved. You know, we've seen it turn into really awesome things. And this is another opportunity, like for me, like, and for the team, this is like a super important initiative right now. Like it's a really big focus. Like we really want this to do well, but we want it to do well with all of you too, because the neat thing about this is that, you know, we're working off of having rewards out there for several years. Like I can tell you, like the retention on rewards users is like significantly higher than just everyday users, right? And so we're kind of coming into this, like when I'm talking to partners, I had a conversation with one of them yesterday where I'm like, look, like half of this is us being excited to see what happens, like how effective we can be at like converting a retained user to do something with another dApp, and like how we can add value for that. And then, you know, at the end of this, we should be able to like, as we're going along, say, look, like this offer wall is helping us to like even better retain our users and get more people opted in. But also like for the partners involved, it's helping them to like have those like, you know, 45 plus day retained users in their dApp because of what we're able to do with the offer wall for them. So I think that like, it's kind of like this big effort where Brave can help to grow these ecosystems and like the serious players in the space at a time when people want that. Like, I mean, maybe some don't, I don't know. I'm just like so tired of the garbage in the space, and like this is a really cool way, and I want to hear like what's cool from you guys, like what do you guys want us to add, and like, you know, get everybody involved. So like keep that in mind too, and like as we have these calls here, or if you're in anything else like related to the community, whether it's ambassadors or any other calls or spaces or whatever, like drop us a line, tell us what you want in the program. Like it doesn't matter if it sounds too big or whatever, like we're aiming high with this. So like keep the feedback coming, because we want to know. All right, C-Ray.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess the main thing is, as I keep trying to hype things up, like, you know, you have people that have mixed emotions on rewards, especially as we saw the decrease in kind of the ads lately, or at least how much people are earning from ads. So when it comes to it, I'm wanting to hype up the offer wall more, because I know it's coming. I know I've heard you say it's going to be awesome. It's great. But then when people start asking, well, what is it going to be? It's like, I don't know. They haven't told us. There's an offer wall. We're going to get back for doing something. But
yeah, I mean, like
I can't tell you.
Share the recording.
Only do we get to see? Well, no, you haven't told us yet. That's why I keep asking.
I've gone over it on the calls a bunch of times that are recorded. Just send them the recording, and they'll see it when it's launched. I mean, like pieces of this are already out too. Like you can send them to the reward settings, like, and say, look, like partners are gonna populate there, and stay tuned. I mean, like we don't have to hype it too hard. I mean, like it's coming, and then people will actually be able to use it. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna give it all away either, because like stuff's gonna be kind of fluid with this, and we're adding, like yesterday we had an hour-long call with one where we just hammered through every type of utility they could do, and we're kind of grinding down like which one we want to apply with them. So I think, you know, that's part of what we're trying to do here is get these details worked out right now. But yeah, like I think, you know, I'll put together. How about this? Like for the call next week, I'll put together something more, another visual we can run through that'll like kind of give more detail. I'll do that for next week.
Which, yeah, I guess all I mean is like the type of task. Is it going to be just simply going and signing up for websites? Is it buying stuff? Is it going to be like, is there going to be a small section there that where we used to always have ad notifications, where instead we'll be able to pop it open and it will show the ads, and that earns, you know, that's what I meant as far as specifics of the variety of things.
I'm glad that you're bringing it up, because I think too, like, if I can put it together for here and we can illustrate it, like it can also be, because one of the things we've been doing is like we've been giving these pitches out like to these prospects, and part of that process is like I've been joining a lot of like almost every one of the calls that the team members have been getting on, because I've been trying to update the material as we're going based on the feedback. But I think like if I can present this for the call next week with these different cases, we can also incorporate that into more of the documentation where we're putting those pitches through. So it'll be additive for that too. So I'll make that as like an action item for the call next week, is like I'll go over, hey, here are the different utility plays, like here's the different types of partners, like kind of here's what more of what it's going to like shape up and look like. And then I'll also include like here's where it can go, like, you know, past this at first iteration of it, you know, in these different directions or whatever, just so it's super clear and people can screenshot it and stuff. Because yeah, I think it'll be helpful. Like you know, we even got feedback from what's his name, Bat Sailor, you know, who is saying like, hey, I just want to screenshot kind of some of those slides and tweet them out. So I'll do that for the call next week, and we can get a demo, because some of these things are actually shaping up pretty nicely right now.
All right, awesome. And yeah, the last I'll slip in quick is I was mentioning Cardano. Do we know
Yeah.
if Wallet is any closer to that? Because to my knowledge, we still don't have Cardano there.
We don't have Cardano there, but stay tuned. Like it's I'm trying to remember what we told people, but it's yeah, we're some news on that front soon. I think I don't want to blow it.
All right, awesome.
Oh, also on that note, just really quick, C-Ray too, we're actually going to be going to the Rare Evo conference in Las Vegas, which Cardano hosts basically, and a lot of the Cardano community go to. And so folks will see, I think you guys might have seen some new tab takeovers from them a week or two ago. We're doing they're going to be running a series of those with us in the run up to the conference too.
All right, awesome. I just thought I'd ask, because somebody had posted a few days ago on community saying it's been over 2 years with no updates, no progress. And so I wanted to see if we had anything more to say to them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like there've been like rumor rumblings around from, and then Charles Hoskins and Sue's been tweeting about Brave the past couple weeks occasionally, which is cool. I think, you know, once he did around one of the features we released, and then he did it around Firefox 2, this news that was happening. So yeah, no, like some of this is also just like getting through the deal structure and stuff, which we'll cover more in a couple weeks probably.
Yeah, got you. All right, thanks.
Yeah. But if it's any indicator, we will be at Rare Evo with the ecosystem in the summer, and it'll be the second time we're there. And the last time we were there, it was to start to get to know the dApps in the ecosystem. And this time I think that it'll be even more interesting. And that's all we'll say on it right now. But Guillermo, what's up, man?
One thing that I see coming around the community from time to time is there seems to be a surge for a need for a more minimal UI on Brave. And another thing that I see is usually people asking for a less bloated Brave or a more stripped down version of Brave. Is there any plans to have either of those in like a final format of a new Brave product that is just more minimal?
Yeah, I know Brendan's really hot on this. He tweets about this a lot, where he kind of wants to offer up a more minimal version where like it has like basically just only shields on it, you know, like, or like very, very minimal features that people pay for basically, because we got to keep the lights on with something like that. And if we're turning off all means of monetization, like that would, you know, it's got to have some kind of way to pay for it. So that's, I don't know what the status is on that, but there's a lot of ideas brewing. I know I see Brendan kind of sentiment testing it on X a lot. And getting feedback from people and saying, asking them, hey, would you pay for it? You know, if it comes up. And then it's funny because like there's that track of like, you know, I want the most minimal thing ever. And on the other track, we get like a lot of questions about like customization and wanting to do a lot of
exactly
other things, right? Which is like kind of the story of, It's browsers, man. Like this is like it's kind of the fun part about it too, is like you're building for everybody basically. And so you're building for somebody that like hoards 300 or 1,000 tabs or whatever. And then on the other end of it, you're building for somebody that doesn't want anything except for like a window, right? Like, so it's a good set of challenges, right? But how do we, make both of those users happy? And especially now, I know right now too, specifically, like because of this stuff that's happening with Firefox, we're really like zoned in on like listening to what folks that are either venting about that and wanting to come over or saying this thing's holding me back from coming over and trying it out. If Brave only had this, and then kind of seeing like what parity like we can quickly act on there to get folks over, because it's a pretty good opportunity for us right now.
I think it's a really good idea to have the main customization coming to the main free version of the browser, or even to nightly or beta. And I really think it's a killer idea to have a paid product that just features a more minimalistic UI and lighter model. That's
Even if there's just a way to kind of like a different mode or something would be sick. Like
the main product is free, and then if you want something that is more stripped down, you have this option that allows to support us and having exactly what you need. I think it's a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. But Cribble Resistance, man, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. It was always good to hear from you.
Yeah, you too. Why do you think so many users think that browser companies have free money trees?
Oh, like other companies like have free
money free, like every browser company needs a revenue stream.
Oh,
and then they complain about, you're making money. And how do they expect a company to survive?
It's interesting, right? Like, and it's funny because I think what's kind of coming to light with a lot of this stuff around not just Mozilla and Firefox, but also a lot of the stuff that happened with OpenAI too, where people start to look at these structures of things that are not necessarily, they're called nonprofits, right? Like, but you start to look under the hood and you start seeing some weird stuff. And I think what's been really interesting about Mozilla, like a lot of people just were not aware of like how much of the percentage of revenue was coming from Google through that search deal, which had been reported on, but like people don't really think about it or connect the dots there a lot of the time because they don't really think about the browser that much. But then also like I think Lunduke reported this out, or this was covering how USAID money was also going to Mozilla too. Like a lot of this is like, dude, like my personal feeling is that it makes this a lot cleaner on the side of saying, look, like people tried to have like a bad taste in their mouth about for-profit businesses, right? Like in those models. But like, why not have something where it's just like very clear like that, where like, look, like we need to keep the lights on. You can pay for it this way, or there's like an ad supported route and here's how it benefits you and it's not hurting you, right? Like, or there's these other ways, like, but these all help to keep the lights on, versus like, look at what this other side looks like, where all of a sudden do taxpayers need to fund this? Why do we have like the biggest tech company that is, collecting users' data everywhere else now, supporting this thing? Like, what's the benefit? You know what I mean? Like, and I think that people are starting to question that a lot more now. And it almost is just like a cleaner thing to just say, look, like, we're a business. We want to make money. Let's do it the right way and be straight up. And that's kind of what we're trying to do at Brave, is like be kind of an example on that front, where like you can build user first principles and a profit motive together in a way that can coexist as long as you do it the right way, and then show people how that's done.
Well, every profit model has its good points and bad points.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, like, and there's no perfect thing, right? Like, and it's kind of like when people talk about like democracies, like the least of bad options, right? Like, there isn't going to be perfection here. And and people just don't realize like how much bloat and junk is in a lot of these like nonprofits too. And people try to think of it as like, oh, it's just like some charitable thing a lot of the time, but there's like a lot of junk in there. Like, and you know, I'm starting to see a lot more of that come out, like especially like as people kind of exodus away from those communities. It's just wild, you know. And so much better to just be straight up with people and user first and just like, hey, like it's also an easy way to support the company. Like, you know, people lose sight of these things. You know.
Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, thank everybody here. We're at the top of the hour, so I'm going to close it out. But we'll be back 1 week from today, same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks to Super Gap folks. Super excited about that. And yeah, I'll see you all online between now and then. Have a good one. Take care.
Cheers, everyone.
See ya.